Hey, what's happening? It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm probably really insane, but I just can't sleep tonight. A lot on my mind. Been reading all the comments and posting replies to all the awesome comments, feedback, well wishes, prayers, blessings, positive energy, and well wishes, and just kind words that everybody's been sharing with me. And you're the reason I get to go home tomorrow. Yes, I get to go home. I'm excited about that. Um, this was kind of unexpected coming back in here, but just had minor setbacks, But basically, what the situation is it's my diaphragm. When you have the ALS that attacks all your muscles and your nerves, they just kind of separate and lose communication. And your diaphragm being important because it pumps in and out all of the important um, toxins out of your body, carbon dioxides, and pulls in all the healthy oxygen inside. So, with that being deteriorating a little bit, um, they were afraid that I might be silently aspirating um, inside my body. So they ran all these tests, CT scans and X-rays and blood work and urine tests and everything, and everything's looking good. My oxygen level's up to 98%, which is amazing considering 30 years of cigarette smoking and stuff like that. And it comes a time when you got to hang that stuff up and decide what's more important, um, Chinese eyes or breathing. So I quit being a knucklehead 20 years ago, but I still smoke cigarettes, up until 6 months ago. But now it's been 6 months, no cigarettes. I don't want them again. I'm a Nazi, cigarette Nazi now. I can't stand them. I don't want them in my life anymore. Uh, they've definitely complicated things with ALS. They didn't contribute to me getting ALS, but they certainly help complicate things. So chances are I'll probably end up having to have a diaphragm pacer by the end of the year, or early next year, and that's okay too. Hey, whatever they got to do to keep me going. So I got too much to do to just quit doing things and just laying here. See, that ain't no good. Ain't much happening that way. So I got to counteract this and get in on it. Once I get out of the hospital here, I got to go back to the ALS clinic at KU, at Kansas University, and there's some fine folks there. But I'm gonna have to start getting some therapies and different things like that to help get get the blood flowing through the lungs really good and get the right amount of air oxygen content in and out of my body. But just sitting here responding to all the awesome comments and everything like that, and really means a lot to me. And hopefully here in the next day or two we won't have to do all that anymore. We just get back to the normal nonsense that you guys really just want to see. This hospital setting just really ain't the best studio for me anyway. I want to get back to Studio 66A and my outside studio, and I got some salsa to make. I couldn't make it this weekend because I'm here in the hospital. Next weekend I got to go down to the city market. I got some videos. If you look way back, you see some of the city market videos. What an awesome place! But I got to go down there and get some ingredients for my salsa. I got the jalapenos. Tomatoes didn't turn out this year, and the ones that did turn out, I think the rabbits got a hold of them, and they just didn't pan out. And I'm not going to buy my vegetables in a grocery store. I just won't do it. If I can support local farmer or something like that, I'd much rather do that. So I got that to look forward to this week. Get all that stuff prepped up and maybe even make some videos. I will make some videos on how I make my salsa. Um, I'd like to get to a point where I could actually bottle some, actually produce my own 66 salsa. That'd be pretty cool. Got all kinds of cool ideas. One of my awesome subs had mentioned that he's proud to be a 66 percenter, and then all of a sudden, the wheels started spinning. So I got maybe a new T-shirt design with that in mind, and that's what this is so cool, because with the YouTube community, you guys can throw out some awesome ideas to me. Give me some more ideas, some things you might like to see on a T-shirt and whatnot. But like I said, it's a little bit after 1 o'clock in the morning now. I got my ibuprofen. We'll be in here in a little bit. I'll take my ibuprofen, sip it down with my Coca-Cola Classic for the night, and put my feet up. I've been watching Military Channel all night. Watched the same movie twice. The Bridge to Ramajan. Um, Pretty cool old movie, and I love watching the old military movies. I really do. It's kind of a historical date too. I don't want to make this video too long, but I will mention this. Coming up before too long, I'm going to read a story out of a newspaper that I found. I've been doing a lot of genealogy research on my mother's father's side. He was a SBD Dauntless tail gunner bomber for the Black Rams, the bombing Squadron 6 on the USS Enterprise, and he was in every major battle from Pearl Harbor through Guadalcanal at least, and he was on what they called the Cactus Air Force, which was a small group of guys on August 24th, 1942, that were out flying missions and destroying supply ships for the Japanese Imperial Navy. And while they were out, one of the heavy carriers for the Japanese Imperial Navy had sent out some bombers, and they did some damage to the Enterprise, and a group of guys weren't able to land back on the Enterprise, so they landed on Henderson Field there at Guadalcanal. And in the meanwhile, they kind of named them the Cactus Air Force. And you can Google the Cactus Air Force and find a little bit about it. I got a cool book about it that actually has my grandfather's name in it and has some quotes that he had made. And he was part of Flight 300, which is a famous flight during the Guadalcanal invasive. Basically that was the first offensive battle that the United States Navy and Marines took part in. Everything up to that point was strictly defensive. Even Midway was a defensive battle, but Guadalcanal and the Marines taking the island was the first offensive. And my grandfather was there from August 24th to September 27th. And coming up here in a couple of days, I'll read the story that goes along with him and his pilot, Chris Fink, were shot down between Cape Esperance and Savo Island, and they were rescued by a recovery boat from the United States Navy. So that's a really cool story to me. I don't know if you guys dig that kind of stuff, but I really like American military history, especially since it's my relatives, that makes it cooler. And I've got a lot of time on my hands, so I've been doing a lot of genealogy research and found out some pretty interesting information on would be my mother's side, the Kimberlins. And they had some significant historical, I don't know the word. Anyway, they were really awesome, and there's a lot of historical brain fart. Anyway, you'll see. Whenever I read the story, you'll dig it. Anyway, thanks again, guys. It's been 8 minutes of total nonsense, except for the thank yous. I appreciate that sincerely. I hope everybody else is doing okay, and God bless you all. I love you all. You mean the world to me, and tomorrow will probably be my last little vlog from the hospital. I get to go home.